that everything was going to be so disproportionate, the cost of living and everything and all of that. Um, do you see that, like, everyday people now not really being able to realize the dream or what their dreams are because now they're that the middle class is going away, or do you think that it's still a lot of chances and opportunities for people to really capitalize off of?
I mean, I think there's still chances and opportunities, but I just don't know if the people, I don't want to say have what it takes, but I do feel like a lot of people are getting discouraged. And I think that a lot of people don't have what, or don't want to put in the work that it's going to take in order to have. And so they'll just stay not having.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot. And I think people, especially now, everything is so instantaneous. Everything we want instant
Yep.
gratification. We want it now. We want it now. We want it now.
Yep.
It takes so much work. And even like I look at myself and where I'm at, and I say all the time, like, I'm so blessed. And it's crazy because I don't even know how this happened. But then I think about it, I'm like, it's been years and years of continuous hustle and figuring out the next best move, and, pivoting and being able to adjust. And not everybody has that. Like, oh, well, I started a blog a week ago, and
It didn't pop
I don't
off.
it didn't pop off. I don't have any
Yeah.
advertisers, so I'm done. What?
How
I
did you blow up on social media? Because you got over. You said it. And you said you had over a half a million
Yeah.
people that you rock with. How did you kind of catch that wave and
So okay. I've been doing social media for, like I said, clients and stuff for over 10 years. I've been sharing my personal life journey for probably longer than that, because I've been, back when Black Planet was a thing and MySpace was a
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
all of that.
I was into all of that too.
Yeah. So, but it wasn't until not even a year ago. It was just, I think the end of last year. I just started getting really consistent on TikTok, and I was like, you know what? I tell my clients what to do. If I only followed my own advice, I know I could make it work, because my clients don't listen to me half the time. Like, they just, they don't want to put in the effort
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. I'm like, I don't even listen to myself because it's a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, I'm gonna take my own advice. I'm gonna get real consistent, and I'm gonna pay attention to what works and what doesn't work. And that's what it is. I started implementing a strategy, and then it just popped off. There was one video that went viral. I had a video go viral before that, and I like freaked out. I was like, okay, this is not what I want to be known for. So let me.
What video was that
It was
about?
like what to do when your man cheats. You see, there's like a little bit of a theme there. So I was like,
What do they do? What do
no,
they
I
do
was
when the
just
man
like,
cheat?
before you leave his lion, cheating ass, go in his house and put shrimp in the little blind holders and stuff. He'll never find it, but he'll always wonder why his house smells like that, and he ain't gonna be able to
Oh
have
my
company over.
god.
Yeah. So,
So what's this? What was this? The next thing that kind of hit for
so the
you?
next thing hit was So I started talking about, so my oldest child, she's 22 years old. She's
That's wild to me to even think about that. Your oldest kid is 22.
mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so she developed an addiction after she had her daughter, postpartum, let's whatever, one thing or another, and she developed an addiction. And basically, like, I just kind of got to a point where I felt like I didn't have anybody to talk to. Like, nobody understands. Like, my friends, hell, some of my friends even have kids yet, let alone grandkids, and that, like, grown kids dealing with somebody with an addiction. Like, I couldn't find anybody in my real life that understood. And so, on TikTok, you kind of tend to find your tribe or your people pretty easily with the algorithm. So I started, following a lot of people talking about addiction and families with addiction, things like that. Anyways, I ended up talking about my experience in, like, dealing with my daughter having addiction, adopting my grandbaby, all of that. And somebody commented on a video like, grandbaby, you look 27.
Mm-hmm.
So I responded like, 27? Girl, I'm 36 years old. But this is how that happened. I had a baby young, whatever. That video, I don't even know how many millions of views. 11, 12, 18 million, 22 million. I don't know. It has like
Mm-hmm.
crazy millions of views now. But the reason why that video popped off, because the grandbaby and the young thing was
Mm-hmm.
crazy. B, I think that I sound different than people expect me to sound, and so a lot of people had a lot to say about that. And the more that people are commenting
What
and
do you
giving their
mean?
opinions, so people tend to think that I have a black scent, that I use AAVE, that I'm trying to be black, etc.
Mm-hmm.
This has been like a huge topic of conversation on TikTok, particularly. And so there was a lot of conversation, like, why are you talking like that? Oh, I hate when white girls try to be black, like all of this conversation.
Mm.
But it was just like the perfect storm of controversy, so that people were sharing this, commenting on it. Then there was people who were like, damn, she does look good. She looks young. Like, look at this hot grandma, da 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 da. And then it was like the son interviewed me because it was like hot young grandma, and like it just kind of went crazy from there. But I use that as an opportunity to implement a strategy to start sharing my story in a way where I can control the narrative and I can highlight the points that I want to be highlighted. At the same time, I can play off the shit that I know is going to keep me relevant and get the views, like um within reason. But it's a very strategic game, and like sometimes it gets exhausting just constantly being like, I know that this is what I want to talk about or this is what I want to create and do, but I know that this is what I have to do to get the people's attention first, and
Yep.
then I have to go. And it's like a game you play. It's a psychological mind fuck essentially. And it gets exhausting sometimes, especially when you know that you're putting yourself out there for people to talk mad shit about you. So some days you're going to wake up to nothing but people hating the way you look, hating the way you sound, hating your decisions, hating your life. And it's like,
Yeah.
like I haven't done anything.
You read comments?
Oh, yeah. You have to.
Why?
Well, because if you, first of all, I'm not so much trying to build like this audience and like a fan base. Like I want to build a community and I want to change lives. And the only way I can do that is if I get in touch and build communities, build relationships with these people.
Mm-hmm.
I had unfortunately one of the people that connected with me on TikTok early on, and I didn't find her back essentially until a few weeks ago. Her daughter, close in age to my daughter, was an addict. She got clean for I think like 6 months. She relapsed. The girl messaged me and told me like my daughter relapsed. Da, da, da. She overdosed the next day.
Mm.
That she laid her to rest yesterday. I'm gonna try not to cry. She laid her to rest yesterday, and she messaged me and was like, I just want to let you know, like, I'm going to quote you one of the videos you did for her eulogy. And I'm like, that, I've never been more honored or humbled in my life. For somebody to say, I'm going to take something you said that meant so much and it was so powerful. I'm going to lay my daughter to rest with that. And so
Rita, get her some tissue.
I'm
Please.
good. I'm good. There's no
You
tears.
sure?
Nope. I'm A1. So, like, nope. That just like, but that is about the impact. I don't care about the numbers so much. I don't care. Like, the trolls, like, sometimes they get to me. But for the most part, had I never read the comments or opened my messages, like, I would have never been able to engage with that woman. And that woman, I would have never known that she laid her daughter to rest with something I said, which I'm still mind blown over right now. Like, that's just incredible to me.
It's not worth it, Amber.
You said it's not working. What you
It's
mean?
not worth it.
Oh, it's not worth it?
Going forward, it's not worth it.
I think it is. For me, being able to touch people, being able to build community, develop relationships, it's worth it. Like the comments, I feel like 9 times out of 10, I can, okay, that's cool, and keep it scrolling. Every once in a while, one will get to me, and I'll record a whole response, like handing them their ass, and I'll put it in the drafts.
It's not healthy for you mentally, Amber.
I know
I'm
that.
telling you.
I know
Listen,
that.
I've probably done over 60 million views on YouTube alone. Well over. And one of the things that I've learned, not just from myself or not just from my own platforms, but from managing other people and seeing people panels and all kind of stuff, is that the number one thing that calls for people to truly disconnect from social media is they read the comments.
Mm-hmm.